Alright guys, welcome to Fishful Thinker. I'm Chad LaChance. That's Rick White.
Hello.
We're in Flaming Gorge Reservoir in Utah/Wyoming. It's 5:30 in the morning. It's early June, and we're going looking for smallmouth bass. So, old bassin' buddy right here, Sportsman's warehouse confidant. We're gonna get after him and get him done. Thanks for joining us.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Berkeley, catch more fish. Abu Garcia, for life. Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, spend more time on the water. Lawrence, find, navigate, dominate.
And these fish are all pre-spawn. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're just thinking of spawning at this point?
They're probably a couple weeks away.
A couple weeks still. 58.4 on the graph.
Fish on.
Fish? All right. You see here, that didn't take us very long, guys. That's what happens when you come to a good lake with a good guy. He knows what he's doing. He takes you to the first spot.
Good one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll get a net out, or actually we won't probably net this one. We'll just bring him right here. Is it a good one?
Feels pretty good.
All right, all right. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Getting this started right off the bat. He called that very nicely. And we'll bring him around on this side.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Holy smokes, I'm gonna get the net. You deal with him for a minute. Yeah, I will just stay tight right there. And I will dig this net out. This is what you're supposed to do before you start fishing.
Come on. That's a good fish.
Especially if you're gonna catch a big one right off. Holy, that's a horse too.
Yeah, this is a nice one for right here, right now.
Okay, gentle. I will not stab at him. I will not stab at him, however. Oh, Mr. Rick White, there you go. That's a slaunch.
Nice.
Go ahead and we'll get him unhooked.
That's a nice one.
Holy
right now.
smokes, first thing in the morning. That's about, what, your 5th or 6th cast. Let's go ahead and get him out of this net. Let me hand you your fish, and we'll definitely box him for a photo here in a little bit with some of his buddies. There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't generally hold another guy's fish any longer than I need to.
There you go.
Beautiful fish, good Lord.
Yeah.
Right off the bat on the little jerkbait. Guys, we fish jerkbaits all the time. You know we love them. Well, apparently this guy does too.
Yeah. Fish.
Oh, I'm getting a deep one out.
That's another good one.
It ain't gonna take me long. I'm gonna get a deep one out, guys. Nicely done. Holy smokes. Look at him go. I'm not even done bleeding from your other one, buddy. And it's early. I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning, guys. We've been fishing for like 3 minutes, actual fishing time. That's a horse.
Easy.
Nicely done, dude. Nice and patient. Notice how patient he is on that's a big smallmouth with little tiny hooks.
Gotta let these big guys go when they want to go.
Well, and the other thing is too, you put him in the boat a little too green, and it's no good for you or him, either one.
Right. Oh,
Easy.
anti-reverse needs to
Easy.
engage.
Oh, that's a bigger one than the other one. He's hooked barely, but
There we
he's
go.
in the big braybill. Holy smokes! Look at that, and he's not even hooked. Look at this skin hook, dude. I mean, woo! You hiccup wrong, and that fish comes off. Rick White, get after him, guys. Now you need a guy that buys tackle that catches them like this, man.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at the belly on that thing.
They're getting ready.
Wow, what a fish. Let's box it. We'll get a picture of that fish in a few minutes. Don't worry, guys, we are going to release these, but we're going to make hay while the sun's shining. We'll get a still pic here in just a few minutes. Holy smokes, where's my deep jerk bait? Just put him on that side there. That box isn't even done filling from the other one. And one thing we talk about all the time, guys, depth range, depth range, depth range. We didn't know when we got here this morning which depth range it would be. So he put a deep jerk bait on, I put a shallow jerk bait on. That's 2 to nothing, and that's almost 2 in a row, 2 casts in a row.
Almost. Not too far apart.
Holy smokes, where's my deep box of jerk bait? The point we're starting on, why we're starting here, is there's pockets on both sides that they can spawn in. Now we're on pre-spawn, 58-degree water. They're not ready to spawn yet, but in the next week, week and a half, 2 weeks, they will be, and then they'll be in both these bays on either side of here, and that's why you picked this spot?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the point rolls off on both sides, but like Jad said, back in the back, you got 2 spawning flats, and they're staging up right here. And they're kind of stacked in. They kind of move up and down throughout the day, but they're here.
Nice.
Fish on.
Are you kidding me?
This is a good one.
I haven't taken a thrashing this sound in a while. Oh my goodness, dude. Are you kidding me? Rick, you can be a guest on FTTV anytime you want. You're gonna keep this little shenanigan up. All right, I'm ready right here whenever you are.
Oh yeah.
That's another big one. Holy smokes, guys, I am not lying. That's a absolute clinic right here. I just barely got the other jerkbait tied on, barely made one, didn't even get to complete a cast. I made one throw with it. Didn't even get to complete a cast.
Not as big, but I see foul hook, maybe.
He's hooked on the back hooks on the corner of the mouth, and the other one caught him on the side. There we go.
A little fatty, though.
Dude. You know, we've joked about it all the time, but if you're gonna buy tackle from somebody, it might as well be from someone that's gonna go out and put on bass fishing. Let me get you that.
Little fatty. Yeah.
Another little fatty, nice. And that, what's a legal keeper in this lake for a tournament?
12.
12 inches.
Yeah, 12-inch minimum for tournaments usually here.
So we can box him for a photo too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heck
yeah.
You are the man. Good job, dude. Good job. Fish. Nice. That's depth range, guys. That's my second cast with a jerkbait in the right depth range. It's all the difference in the world. Like I said, I started shallow bait. He started with the deep bait. The deep bait got bit a couple times in a row. And I don't think this one's a giant by any stretch, but I don't care. After the paddle I'm getting going on right here, there you go. We'll keep him out of the net to some degree. There we go. Holy smokes. Well, I got a ways to go to catch up with Rick. But that's literally my second cast. Beautiful little fish. We're gonna put him back right here. See you, buddy. Depth range, depth range, depth range. Shallow bait, deep bait, 2 in a row on the deep bait. I tied the deep bait on. It's my second cast, my first full retrieve, and I got bit. Makes all the difference in the right. I would have never even considered changing colors or anything else, but depth is so critical.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate.
Fish. Oh, woohoo! Yeah, I don't think the depth range really matters.
How's that one feel?
Like a decent one. I mean, I don't know why people worry about that. This bait runs 2 feet deeper than the other one. I threw the other one 10 times, no bite. I've thrown this one 3 times, I got 2 bites. Otherwise, it's the same exact bait. It's better than the last one. And I'll be real gentle on them. Oh yeah, this is a good one here. He's still deep. We're in any hurry to get him. We'd rather him burn out than be green in the boat here, guys.
No, for sure.
You can hear that Abu drag gives.
Nice. Good sound.
Nice, smooth. That's a good one here.
Yeah.
This is a good one right here, guys. Hang on, I'll get him, I'll swing him.
Still a little hot.
Yeah, he's coming up right there. Oh, nice. Who needs coffee? We don't need no stinking coffee. I'll just take a 4 pounds. That's a horse. Look at the size of this smallmouth, guys. Booyah! Booyah! Rick White, tackle buyer, Sportsman's Warehouse, AKA Fishing Guide in Flaming Gorge. Rick, I'm gonna box this one for his photograph. We'll make these guys famous and let them go in just a minute, but what a
dandy.
gorgeous.
That's a good fish for up here.
Dude,
nice.
dude, are you kidding me? So the deal with this depth range thing, this is a classic lesson on, people ask, what do you change when you're not getting bit? Well, I made like 8 casts with a shallow bait, no bites. Meanwhile, he made 5 casts with the deep bait and got 3 bites. Or 2 bites, I don't know, I'm losing track, we're catching them so fast. But either way, they were clearly smoking the bait that was running 2 feet deeper than mine. The shape of the bait's the same, the profile of the bait's the same, color was very close, but the depth range was a couple of feet different, and that makes all the difference in the world. The first thing I'm always gonna change, if I am not getting bit and I'm confident that I'm around fish right here, right at the boat.
Ate it right at the boat,
right
you see
at
that?
the boat, yeah, and we won't net that one, Rick. We'll let you go all bass on that thing in the morning sun right here. I saw that one come up and bite the bait.
Yep.
Holy, that's actually better than he looked. Good Lord, nice catch, Rickster. There you go. But that depth range, so critical. And man, this is a classic example of it. Whether you're jerkbaiting or otherwise, they're all fat. See, buddy. Holy smokes. What a deal. And I saw him come up and get it. I caught him out of the corner of my eye when he slapped it right there as the bait was coming to the surface. Such an important thing. First thing I'm gonna change is depth range. After depth range, then I'll start reading about speed and cadence and vibration patterns and all that, maybe profile. The last thing I generally worry about is color amongst all the rest of the variables, but depth range is critical. If you're in the wrong depth range, you are not in the hunt. And this morning's been the classic example of that.
Gotta retie.
And the whole deal with the jerkbait, guys, you gotta pop that slack. It's all about slack line. The jerk gets their attention, the pause gets them to bite. The bigger of the 2 that I just bit, that I caught, bit completely dead paused. Beautiful line laying out there. You can see that tracer braid. It's 20-pound trilene tracer braid. It's my standard jerkbait rod. 6'8" medium power, extra fast St. Croix Legend Elite, and a Revo Premier size 20 spinning reel, and 20-pound tracer braid, and a short 15-pound Triton 100% fluorocarbon leader. We've caught pretty much everything that swims in fresh or salt water on this setup within reason. We will be cognizant, one thing we did talk about is the depth range thing. That depth range may very well change with the light level. So first thing in the morning, they may want this little deeper jerkbait like this, but it may be that we need to move a little bit deeper with an even deeper still bait. Or it may be that as the sun gets up and the water starts to warm, because we are in spring and the water's cool, they may actually move up shallower and start enjoying some of that sunshine. It's supposed to be blasting sun today, and water's relatively clear, pretty clear. So it may be that that depth range will change quickly, but that's the thing you always need to keep an eye on with your fishing is depth range. It doesn't matter what species it is, really. Well, you're talking about pre-spawn smallies, and you and I have fished a fair bit together over the years, though admittedly not enough. Pre-spawn smallies are one of my favorite things to catch, period. Pre and post spawn smallies are probably one of my favorite freshwater deals all the way around. Pre-spawners seem like they'll always go on a jerkbait, and post spawners will always go in a topwater. And you put those 2 together, there's one right there.
Oh, nice.
Right on the bounce, right when I went to bounce the bait, he thumped it. I almost wonder if it's not a smallie the way he thumped it, because I really went to bounce the bait.
That's a good smallie.
Oh, it's a real nice smallie, yeah. Holy smokes, he looks like the ones we just let go. Yeah, this is a pretty good fishing hole. There you go, right there. Keep the line tight, see if we can keep him to some degree out of the net. And the biggest reason we're netting them, guys, is so that we don't lose them on these little jerkbait treble hooks. All right, guys, there's another one. Now, he's not quite as big as the others, but for this lake, still a great fish. And as you saw, I mean, we have got him clicking right now. Rick White has put us on a good spot. Another one, I'm kissing this one. Wow, see you, baby, that's a beautiful fish. Here you go.
Love those guys.
Oh, man.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
Something about the jerkbait, especially on the pause, it's almost like watching a bobber. Watching your line when the thing's paused and waiting for that little tick. Camera guy Tim and I have talked about one of the most addicting things is a long pause jerkbait bite, when the bait's just sitting out there stationary and you get one little tick, or the line just pulls away. I love watching the tracer braid just pull away. Like,
yeah, line watching is, like you said, it's like a bobber, but man, it's really fun when you see that line jump.
Well, and that's what I tell people, when you're wearing your glasses, it's not always about seeing fish or seeing the bottom. A lot of times it's about seeing your line on the surface. And that makes a huge difference. Now, that was the first bite that was up shallow too, just for the record. And the whole deal with the work in the jerkbait is you've got to throw that slack in. If you watch, that rod tip basically bounces off the resistance of the water, the bait in the water. It's not a matter of can I pull the bait forward so much as can I just pop it and make the bait turn. That's all we really want to do.
Yeah, once you find that cadence that they're liking that morning or evening or whenever, depth range and cadence, I think is
that's it. Depth range, speed, and cadence, and then from there you can work out anything else. But depth range, speed, and cadence are the whole thing for me. No question about it. How hard do I need to jerk it? How long do I need to wait in between each one? What speed am I working the bait out in general? And yeah, that's key stuff, you know, and that's all the pattern details you need to work out. Right now, we've got as much of a spot as we've got a pattern, but we know the cadence, we know the depth range, and we know the spot. You put those together and you can get happy in a hurry. You just fished the Western Divisional, BASS Western Divisional Tournament on Knoxon Rapids in Montana in, what is that, Trout Creek, Montana? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That's a beautiful place up there too, man.
Isn't it? Yeah. I did a state team tournament there in 2003. I qualified in a 2002 state team, so man, I'm getting old. But did a tournament up there, and ironically, I caught the bulk of my fish doing exactly what we're doing right now, jerking around grass cover, around grass flats. Yeah. Jerking over the top.
You kind of need some sort of clarity to your water to really fish and jerk bait.
Absolutely, so. That's a great point, guys. That is one of the most important. The one time that I'll fish around shallow water and not even consider a jerk bait, and when I say shallow water, say 15 or shallower, is if it's real muddy. The jerk bait, more than any other bait, is a visual bait. If they don't see that crazy action, they won't bite it. And even when you do get them to try to bite it in muddy water, because you may get some that'll react to the vibrations or whatever in the water, you'll end up foul hooking them. They won't get a clean bite on it. They'll swing at it as it pops, and they won't get a bite on it. But when the bait's sitting completely motionless in the water, it's not a good way to get fish to bite. So if you're fishing stained water, a good tip to keep in mind is a more rhythmic bait is better, and if you're in clear water, a more erratic bait is better. Now we went through a lull where we didn't catch anything for a couple of minutes, and we just keep moving around the same spot. Again, we're not moving the boat. Do you think that it's pods of fish that move in and out of here, or do you think that they just tune into our baits for a little bit and we give them a little rest and then they change their mindset? What do you think how do you think that works?
You know, I think with this spot, I think you've got little wolf packs or packs of fish, if you want to call them that. And I think they just kind of migrate and roam around this little flat here off the point, up and down, off and on. So you might pick up, 2-3 fish off one spot, but that pod of fish, they kind of keep moving. So we've kind of come a little bit to the north now, if you will. And I think that school of fish kind of moved out over this way. And so I think you just kind of got to move around a little bit. The fish aren't going to leave here. They want to be here for a reason.
Right.
So
that's the style of spot in the pre-spawn here.
Just mix up your bait, move around.
Mix up your angles.
Yep, exactly.
Depth has been consistent though. As long as the boat's somewhere between about 11 and 15 feet, we get bites. When we got shallower than that, we didn't get bites. When we're deeper than that, we don't get bites. Although I suspect as the morning wears on, again, we're only going to film for maybe 2 hours, but as the morning wears on, the deeper might pan out a little bit. But right now, man, I tell you what, sitting in 12 and throwing into 7 seems to work pretty good. Fish right there.
There we go.
Got that one. There we go. That's a good one too.
Nice.
That's a good one right there, guys. So we ran the boat in, we kind of rested them, we swing back to the outside, and lo and behold, I'm happy again. And it don't take a lot to make old Chad happy here. A big old smallie on a jerkbait will do it every time. Woo! Look at him go. There you go.
Dogging down now.
Yeah, we're not in any hurry. I pulled one off today. I don't want to do that again. We definitely don't want to pull that off. This has been a really good morning. There he is. Oh, it's a horse. Yeah, that's a nice one. Here he comes right there.
There we
And
go.
I'll hold that tight and we'll get him out of the net before he gets hooked in the net. There you go. Look at the belly on that fish. That thing, holy smokes. Let me get him unhooked and we will put this beauty back. What a gorgeous fish, Rick. I just wanted to say right now, it took me about, we run a pretty tight schedule here at Fishful Thinker, and it's taken us about 2 years to get in the boat with Rick again. Good Lord, dude.
That's a nice one.
That was 2 years of wasted time. We should have been out here with Rick a bunch more, but holy smokes. Let me get this one put back right there.
That's a
Look
pretty
at that. That is a nice smallmouth, people. Watch, straight down.
There we go. That's awesome.
Rick White right here, guys. Rick White, good friend of ours, tackle buyer at Sportsman's Warehouse, knows what's going on, knows a thing or two about Flaming Gorge apparently,
Yep.
knows a thing or two about smallmouth bass. We've been filming for about an hour and a half and it's been a really substantial morning, but we're gonna roll this show up. It's been the magic morning. Couple key things, guys. Depth range, so important. As soon as we got the jerkbait in the right depth range, bam, we caught fish right away. We cycled a couple other baits just to see, no deal. Back to the jerkbait, back to fish. Changed our angles up. Most important thing, pick the spot based on pre-spawn conditions. Big pockets on both sides, main lake point right here. These fish will migrate right into these pockets to spawn. Killer, killer, killer spot. Will you have us out again?
Oh, anytime.
There you have it. We're coming back to Flaming Gorge, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. Check us out on Facebook. Most importantly, we hope you'll tune in and we'll see you next week.
There's fish. Oh, he hit it.
Really?
Yeah. There's a fish.
There you go, he's got him,
Oh,
No,
dang.
you can see him swimming with it.
Yeah.
Big one, or maybe I found, oh, he pulled off. He pulled off.
Oh, man, he's on it.
There we go.
Oh, no. Oh.
Did you hang it?
Yeah, I thought it was a fish, man.
Cut for a second.